Somebody else has to go over deciding when we end because
John was here, he could call.
So tomatoes outside.
Then you could let that.
Eric,
I'm so glad to see you at the game there. Yeah, I do.
Was it your one thing you did see?
I'm just getting back.
Go get him.
Is that? Yeah.
I do that all. No, the biggest thing. Crush the leg so much. Oh.
If everybody could silence your phone, we'll get this show on the road. Good evening, it's 6:30 PM, Wednesday, July 24th, 2024, and we are here at the clubhouse located at 4801 Lakeside Club Boulevard. For a special, no, that shouldn't even be there, but we're here for our condo association board meeting. Every one of them. Now let's all stand together and please recite the pledge of allegiance to the flag of the United States of America.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Michelle, would you please call roll?
Bob Toles.
Here.
Tom Trino.
Here.
Bill England.
Oh, here.
Bob Geisler.
Here.
Andy Levin.
Here.
Michelle, I'm here, and John Mal is absent.
Eric, was the meeting properly noted?
Yeah. Yes, it was.
Next, we have our open forum. And before anybody runs up here, John wanted you to know he's at a CI convention at an undisclosed location in New York. And he's on phone silence. He's very disappointed he couldn't call in tonight. So, Eric, has anybody signed up?
Nobody's signed up other than for social contact.
And they will have a very important announcement a little bit later in their meeting. Do I have a motion to read or waive the reading of last month's minute meeting?
So moved. Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. Quick president's report here. July 4th, we had a great party for all those that could attend. Real nice day, everything worked out good. Most recently, we had our fire safety event put on by I believe the Tice Fire Department. I was absent that day, so I was unable to attend. But I'm sure it was very beneficial to those residents that did attend.
Interesting, there's all ladies in attendance.
Did they all have shirts on?
Well, that's a good thing. Everybody here has noticed the new fence, had some good feedback on the appearance and what a drastic difference the fence could make in the look of our community centerpiece here. We've got a few things to fix that we didn't completely agree with the contractor on, but he's gonna take care of those items. After we get it inspected, our intentions are to have the magnetic key pass reinstalled on the gate, so you're very short. You know, you kind of have to jump up there and grab that little knob to open it. So we will be addressing that in the near future. Our new volleyball equipment's up, installed. Those volleyball people are enjoying it, and it's another big visual appearance from what we had. We have some couple new projects that I'm going to address a little bit later in the new business portion of the meeting. So next up, we have Eric's manager's report.
Loud?
Good evening, everybody. Can you hear me okay? So I'm going to start out by letting everybody know, making an announcement that we have two new additions, that Sarah had her baby on June 25th, and his name is Arthur Patrick Portolano, and she's very happy. She sent me some pictures of baby with the big brother, and they look like they're doing great. And then my sister Lisa and her husband Christian welcomed my first niece, Riley Jade Halpin, on July 16th. It was an early birthday present for me. So we got two new babies. Bob mentioned the fence around the pool. There are some things that need to be done. We'll be reconnecting the electronic access soon, like you said. It'll have card readers on both sides of the railing rather than having one of those boxes sticking up out of the ground. And it's all wired up for the electronics. We had that pre-wired, and it just needs to be installed. So that will be coming very soon. You may have also noticed we replaced the lights at the pool with better quality lights for night swimming. And we also had the poles painted to match the fence. So everything really looks nice and new out there. Very nice. We've had some lightning problems this month and a half, both at the front gate and back here. It got almost all the systems offline for a day. We were able to recover pretty quick. But lightning is a serious issue, and we're upgrading our surge protection, but there was a strike here that blew through surge protectors that it was just too much for us. So some of the systems and equipment we have for the access control and stuff is kind of touchy. The fire alarm system, the fire alarm on this building here had an issue. All of that stuff that has these computer boards is very, very touchy to lightning. And I'll tell you, even this evening, before the meeting, around 5 o'clock, you heard it, I'm sure. So shortly after that, nobody could get in the gate. And Pat there in the back of the room will tell you. So fortunately, I was here. I was able to go up there, and we were able to figure something out. And then I got it back working again. But you know, this lightning is a serious issue, and we're beefing up our lightning protection, but there's no 100% protection. So be aware of that.
Eric, what happens like on a weekend if you're not here and that happens, it's where nobody can get in? What is it that we're to do?
Usually Bruce is here.
Wait till Monday.
Usually Bruce is here. Usually Bruce is here. Fortunately today, Bruce was helping his mom with something, and he wasn't here. So fortunately I was here. But usually Bruce is here. and Bob knows a little bit about.
Yeah, we can get the gate open.
Okay, so there's a manual way to get it.
Oh, yes,
Yeah.
there's a manual
Yeah,
way
that's all I want to know.
of opening it.
And when the power goes out, it's supposed to just automatically open, but it still has a battery in it, to do that. But, before, like a weather event where we know the power is gonna go out, like a hurricane or a tropical storm, we'll open them in advance of that.
I forgot to write my name down, but can I throw something out there later?
At the end, if you want to.
And then-
Roof cleaning, over the past year or so, we've been working with Tamco, the manufacturer of the shingles that we used in 2017, that we'll call black and dirty, full of algae. They, finally, we settled with them on an amount, and we've started to clean the roofs, and what a difference, night and day, that it's making. And those 19 roofs are being cleaned, and it's very good. We've done a substantial amount of tree trimming this month, and then as you've seen, there's about 2 weeks straight of tree trimming, maybe 3 weeks straight of tree trimming. And we also planted 6 new trees, 2 palm trees and 4 black olive trees. The black olive trees, they call them shady ladies. And when they grow in and get real big and nice, they're very nice. And that's a tree that is a Florida native that we can use, that doesn't get quite as big and tall as these oaks where they're hard to manage and very expensive to trim, but they give you the shade and the foliage that people enjoy. We're working on a lot of other projects, a lot of other ideas. Bob alluded to some of the stuff he wants to talk about later on in the meeting. So I'm going to keep my report short and sweet so we can keep the meeting moving. But I do want to remind everybody that next Wednesday at 3 o'clock here at the clubhouse, we're going to have another managers workshop roundtable. If anybody's interested in coming to just listen or ask questions or relay any concerns they have to me, please come and join us. It's going to be next Wednesday, 3 o'clock, right here in the clubhouse. Thank you.
Thanks, Eric. If you don't know, Eric did spend quite a bit of time, I'm just going to say orchestrating where we got to at this point with these roofs being cleaned. It involved taking samples, sending them in, calling the company, begging people to extend the time frame that they gave us, which was a little on the short side, to be honest with you. And he accomplished all of that, but even bigger than that, you see these guys up on those roofs, it's 100 degrees on the ground. They're up there on that roof, dragging equipment around and everything, and he's, none of that. But you got to give it to them for being willing to get up there and do that for a living. Then again, maybe it pays pretty good because it wasn't cheap getting this done in my mind. But then I see them up there and what they're going through to do it. Yeah, well, maybe it's a bargain. And on top of just doing the shingles after they get off the roof, they're power washing cages and the walls down in the driveway. I saw them out in the road flushing the road out to make sure it didn't have any residue staining after it dried. So these guys are doing a very good job for us. Bill, would you please give us your treasurer's report?
Yes, sir. You're working on it. Good evening to everyone. I want to welcome y'all out here and hopefully it won't rain before you all get back home. See, I can report tonight that the treasury remains stable. Now that we have clarity on what our insurance premium is, which is $742,000, up about $150,000 from last year. 10%. 150,000 up from what it was last year. Okay, 50,000. 100,000 sounds better for them. About 50,000 more. I had the wrong figure. But, we have to pay it. We don't have no way around it. So instead of taking our money out of our reserves that we have, we're doing it as a loan like we did last year for the full amount for 11 months, isn't it?
Yeah, we financed it.
Financed it for 11 months. And that way we have our money if we need it. If push comes to shove and we have a bad hurricane, we've got money available. So we don't want to put ourselves on the short side, but that'll all be taken care of. Final piece of the puzzle will be our structural integrity reserve study. We expect to have those results back soon. And hopefully within a couple of weeks, we're hoping to have those, and we'll start working on that side of the budget. That will determine how the budget works out. We're looking at probably 10% increase at this point. It may add a couple of percent. I don't know yet. It's just according to what that study comes out at. So it's going to be less, hopefully, than it was last year. I think it ended up being close to 20. It was 19 something. So hopefully it'll be a little better this year for all of us. With that being said, I'm announcing that we'll be having a meeting of the Budget Committee to review all this information next Tuesday, July the 30th at 2 p.m. here at the clubhouse. Anyone that was on the budget committee last year and wants to come back, they're more than welcome. Hopefully they will. And any new people that wants to come, you're more than welcome to sit in any time and help out with it. So anyone who is on the committee, like I said, that was interested in attending, please just come back out for the meeting on Tuesday. Financial statements are always available for review. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask myself or Eric, and we'll get you those questions answered. Okay. And just one other thing there, we're having Bubba is coming out Friday. Oh, you want to do that? Okay. Oh, okay, that'd be impossible. I'll let him do that then, tell you all about Bubba. So I'll keep you in suspense on what Bubba's gonna do. That's all I have.
Thanks, Bill. Do we have any committee reports? I'll start down there at the end. However, Andy is not, just dodged the bullet there on the committee thing right now.
Well, actually, to be honest with you, we're waiting on the contract for Comcast to come back from the lawyer so we can get a good read on that from the whole committee.
Yeah, they're redlining the contract now, and then hopefully have that finalized by the end of the month.
Well, that'd be a good thing. As you know, we said we were gonna go through that process with it. Michelle?
I don't, but because the social committee did not meet this past month, but I know social committee has some
Yep.
stuff they want to add.
She's
So.
gonna be up next. Bill had his turn, and now we have rules.
We're gonna have a rules and regs meeting the latter part of August. I'll be on the first part of August. So we'll have a firm date by the August meeting to announce, but it'll be sometime after that. That's it.
Thanks, Tom. The other day, Eric suggested something to me to do with the bocce ball court, and then Bob approached me and with the same thought. And when I first heard about it, I thought, oh, really? Something for the bocce ball people? But Bob's got some thoughts on that, so I'm gonna let him explain that to you. And anything else that you have to report?
Yeah, as everybody knows, our tree out here got cut down a couple of years ago that provided all the shade for the bocce court. And rather than waiting another 20 years or something to get another one to grow up that big, I think we need to put in some shade, a shelter, sunshade, something, because we've had to cancel the bocce for the rest of the summer because it's absolutely brutal to stand out there in the hot sun. So Eric and I talked a little bit about how to go about this. One option is to build a big fancy structure out there, which means we have to go through architects and engineers and all that stuff. Or we can actually put up they call it a temporary sunshade like we have out here in the picnic area, that type of thing. I'd like to put something in a little bit fancier than that, but to cover shading on both ends of the bocce court then. So we're going to be working on that, possibly doing all, or at least most of the work we've got in-house, so that all we have is material costs. In light of that, in order to get started on this thing, I would like to make a motion that we proceed with this and set a budget of, I would say, a maximum of $3,000 to pay for materials to go for this. That way, we're able to get started and start coming up with some drawings and plans and that type of thing.
I think we can come up with some drawings and plans.
Yeah, we can come up with the drawings and
We can even
plans.
start it. It's under 2,500.
I know Bob's gonna be very good about coming up with a plan for that. I don't think it's gonna be terribly expensive, but, so Bob's asking for, a max of $3,000. We don't want him coming back begging for more money. I know he's gonna do it for less, and he's made a motion. Do I have a second?
Discussion.
Any discussion?
Yeah, I would only suggest that when you do the labor, you include the labor in that cost.
Yeah.
And,
We'll have to figure house labor on that.
hold it down to
Okay.
less than that if we can.
Depends on how fancy we get with it.
Sometimes with the labor, if we use labor like someone that we're gonna have here anyway, we were gonna be paying them.
Yeah, so, I supplied a sunshade to Met a couple weeks ago, and he put it up outside the barn. For those of you that might have noticed, they're outside of the barn with a work table and cutting wood and doing all kinds of various things because it's like an oven in the barn. So this provided us some shade. It's just simple, some poles with fabric strung over the top of it. I'm sure we can get a little bit fancier than that, Bob, but maybe we can do that in-house. So, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. When will it be done?
Maybe a couple days. Landscape committee, not much to report. It's summertime and not much going on there. A couple things that have happened. If you noticed, the jatropha tree out in front fell over the other day, and I see they got it put back up again, and hopefully it'll stay. And talking about jatropha trees, this is the time of the year that we do the cutback of the jatrophas. Jatropras are the red flowered
Those are the
plants.
ornamental trees with the red
Yeah,
flowers.
with the red-
Have a lot.
They grow like crazy, and if you don't cut them back, they get totally out of control, and especially some of the locations that we have right in front of the enclosures on the villas, and
If you don't trim them, they get really leggy
yeah,
and start to look really sparse.
and
If
we
you cut 'em-
had,
Cut them back almost like a twig, so a lot of you are gonna be shocked when you see it.
yeah, we've had people complain about, oh, you're ruining the tree.
But it
but,
grows back very quickly and stays bushy. And
I used to notice when I went north for the summer, I had a camera and I would see the jatropha in front of my house. And one day I'd see it and it's nice and beautiful, and the next day there's nothing there. What the heck happened? But by the time I get back a few months later, it would be back to normal again. So that's going to be going on. Um, Other than that, that's about all I have to report right at the moment. Hopefully, I'll start having some planning committee meetings in the fall. See if we can get some things going there.
Great. Thanks, Bob. Architectural Review Committee, we had a couple meetings and that document is ready for the second pass. So our next meeting is gonna be August 19th, 10 a.m. We'll be sending a notice out. I've only got a couple actual members in here at the moment, but anybody's welcome to come. And next we have Sue Yako. Hope I said that semi-close.
Close enough.
Close enough, good,
Yeah.
that's what I like.
Look. Okay, on July 7th. It's probably not on.
It's on.
Hold it closer.
You put it closer to your mouth, it'll be all right.
Okay.
Closer,
Closer.
closer.
Kiss it. On July 7th, we had our first movie night. It was the proposal. Everyone that was there had a wonderful time and said they couldn't wait to have another one. We developed a welcoming committee, which met on July 9th, and we're trying to develop a welcoming packet, which will include our monthly calendar, our sports programs, a map, local churches, restaurants, grocery stores, medical facility information about our utilities, post offices. We also hope to be able to give them a tour. This is still a little bit in the planning stages because we have to get everything together. Hopefully by September, we'll be able to get with Eric and start handing these out. We'll show you what we have before then. If you couldn't attend our previous meetings, everybody's welcome to attend. Our next meeting is August 6th. August 4th is our next movie night, and it's the Guilt Trip. It will be shown at 6:30. Everyone is invited. Karaoke will be held on August 11th. The next social club meeting is August 14th. Our ladies' luncheon will be on August 21st at the Coldwater Oyster Bar. And bingo starts on August 5th. Anybody have any questions?
Thank you. And next up, we have some old business. Property insurance renewal, and Bill just went over that. And, pardon?
Sorry about that.
No, that's quite okay. You took the bullet for us, so thank you. As he said, we're looking at maybe a 10% increase, but we've already figured in for such a type of thing. Make the numbers sound a little bit smaller for you, other than that 745,000. It's only $750,000 you know.
Or 70,000 a month. No big deal.
But you get 1 month free. You don't pay for it.
All joking aside, we hope that something changes in the Florida government and maybe make some changes that will replace high prices that everybody in Florida is paying right now. So next, old business, we have the seawall repair. So here's where we're at right now. We have a quote from W.B. Williamson Brothers Marine Construction. And we would like to get 2 other quotes. We have an appointment with Bubba from, you listen closely, Williamson and Sons. Not the brothers, the sons. So apparently apparently there's, probably a lot of money to be made in this business, and we're looking for another bid also. So Eric's been working on that. Hopefully that will come together in the next, few days to a week, and we can start moving on repairing the lake wall. It's not really a sea out there, but it is a lake. We have an update on the tennis court refurb and additional pickleball courts. Seen a lack of pickleball players here, but in the past, we've had quite a few crowd, and as we've discussed, that is a very rapidly growing sport. We looked at all kinds of different considerations, and we determined that the best thing that would suit the overall community would be have a tennis and pickleball court within the same arena. This will increase our pickleball courts from 2 to 4. $10,000 is earmarked for this project through our reserves. The difference can be paid from surplus funds, which I hear from, I believe, my established treasurer and Eric. So that should not be a problem.
There we go.
Do,
17,000.
yes. So do I have a motion to move ahead and have Eric start this process?
I so move.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion?
One discussion that I'll bring up. Right now, we have a blue tennis court and green on the outside. Sean had told me he's been doing a lot of them where he puts the green on the inside of the tennis court and the blue on the outside. And it looks really good. So we want to do that as part of this. I don't know if anyone knows, but just so you guys know that it's going to flip flop the colors. The blue, just a different shade of blue for the pickleball, will stay the same.
For those of you that have been out close to that court, it's getting ripe. There's areas that are starting to separate from the substrate, and they're getting soft spots in it. So before it becomes a disaster, in about a year, we're going to take care of that, have that looking nice also.
Did I hear that the shuffleboard courts are gonna get a little refurbishing?
Eric is
Yeah.
going to twist some arms and get that taken care of under the same dollar figure.
Sean is our court man. He's taken care of our courts for many years. He'll fix our shuffleboard where there's a couple cracks and things that need to be patched when he's doing the tennis court. We'll get it included.
One of the other items that Sean suggested was a sunshade hung on the fence on the far side to help block the sun a little bit. He says you can see through them, but it cuts down the amount of sun. And there was something about having Pine Ridge.
You could sell advertising to companies to make money that way.
So moving on, new business. A couple hours ago, we didn't really have any new business, but so I'm going to throw a couple things out there. I want to make a move, and we need to get moving on these dumpster containments. So we got prices before on vinyl and estimated prices on doing it in concrete. The vinyl was a solid price at about $7,500 a unit, and the concrete block price is not what I would call solid and official, because we went by estimates and not actual quotes. Could be a difference, and on the other side of the coin, we could be right on with what we were predicting there. The only thing that we have not been able to get a price on is the precast type of wall, where they just bring out 3 walls, stick them up. But having said that, we would also like to have a man door side entrance type thing, either door or doorless. There's some new dumpster corrals being built close to here that I've been keeping an eye on to see what they actually do. And one of them, they do have the side door in it. But having said that, you look at the dumpster designs that we have out there, and all of them have sliding doors on the side. So, almost. Some of them are inconvenient. You have to raise the top, right? But those are the type of things we're looking at. So I would like to get those prices together and have something to vote on for next month's meeting. In addition to that, we've had some very heavy rains here lately. I'm sure that most of you have noticed. And you probably also noticed that we had standing water during the rain. Behind Tom's house, he was gonna put a dock in and start renting out canoes, because you could make it all the way down to my place. One day, the water was overflowing from that spot into the parking area behind me. The good news is that water was gone about an hour after the rain stopped, so it flushed out pretty good. Having said that, there were still standing water in certain areas, especially along the drive coming in here. So second or third time that happened, I got out there right away and I started looking at this. And why isn't it draining? What's the holdup? So we've had 30, 35 years of growth in this community. We've got huge oak trees, and the roots have gone across the ditch area and created dams in those ditches. In addition to that, there have been trees that have been taken out that have been adjacent to the ditch. The dirt is humped up in those areas. The trees ground off to dirt level, and that is also creating a dam in those areas. There's about 6 inches of water in the drive to get into one of these parking lots down here. So we need to address that. And I discussed it with Bob a little bit. Probably going to have to get somebody in here that can dig our ditches out so they actually flow like they were designed to originally. I think it's too big of a project for a couple guys to get out there with a shovel and try to dig through those roots. But getting the ditches to drain will make a big difference in that standing water. Bob has his eyes on the area out at the front gate there that also has a drain issue. So I'd like to ask Eric to get those type of contractors in here and look at our situation and start giving us a guesstimate price, we'll say, of what we need to do, what needs to be done to correct that.
I just have a question. Does our irrigation company have a trencher that they can bring the trencher in?
Yeah, but I don't think a trencher would be what we would need here. We need the wide bucket excavators that come in, scoop it out, and then put new, they scoop it out and make a nice ditch line and then resod it. Just to make the ditch deeper in areas. You'll notice at the end of Windsor Club, there's a spot there that the ground is this much higher than what the culvert is coming through. Those, it just needs to be dressed up.
Yeah. So this isn't anything but other than the effects of time. Growth and other things that have gone on. So we really need to take a look at that and take care of that situation before, we don't want it to get out of hand. If we were to get a lot more rain than we've had lately. But having said that, the water does drain out. We haven't had any situations where it's approaching the actual buildings or anything to create a panic. We're just looking at preventive maintenance. That's all I have.
I'd like to add one thing, if you wouldn't mind. The doors on these electrical panels that we have on the condos, especially the one where we live at there on 4761, that thing is just about ready to fall off. So we're gonna have to do something with that one way or the other, because it's starting to rain in top of that. And we're gonna have problems in there.
You're 100% right. You're 100% right. We need to take care of that. Not only is the wood rotting, we need to take a close look at the condition of the metal boxes in there, and perhaps we need a professional opinion on that. I'm not sure. But what I do agree with you, Bill, we do need to address that.
Yeah.
One way or another. So, any questions, comments tonight?
Donna, do you wanna?
Yes. Come on up. Yeah, come on up.
Thanks. Hi. Forget about this. My name is Donna, and I live on Blackberry. And we were talking about the lightning. I have a wild suggestion. What about lightning rods? Not all over the place, just in necessary areas, like by the front gate.
Yeah.
And maybe over here by the clubhouse where all the electronics are.
We're actually putting some in, but they're in the ground lightning rods.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. They get,
Yeah, we're having some new ones put in, right?
okay. Thank you. That was it.
Typically, lightning's gonna hit the highest object. If that makes you feel any better. But we do have a couple cell towers right over here. And those do have lightning rods up on top of those. Not that it's gonna protect anybody here.
Over here, right?
But I've heard putting lightning rods on top of buildings is a very bad idea.
Not buildings, but by the gate.
But, and that's what we did just the other day. When Eric said we grounded stuff, these are copper rods that are about 6 feet long. They drive them into the ground, and it's a ground to the unit, to the actual components in there, along with surge protectors on them. We put new surge protectors on all the equipment inside the building. Even though they were surge protectors in there, they didn't work, my opinion. Now, it could just been the spike that hit, and just a lot of voltage from it, and that's what caused it, but there's no doubt about it, we had a lot of damage from that.
Historically, being so close to a large body of water here,
Yes.
that has affected like fire alarms and the sensitive type of systems that we have in the time that I've been working. Nothing we could do about that. We want to keep our lake.
Okay, it's kind of hard to believe it's 7:15. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
A second?
For John.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion approved, meeting adjourned. Have a good night.
August 5th, we start again. Okay.
It would have dragged on a lot longer if John was here.
You coming tomorrow? Good.
Well, any music? You playing any music?
Myself,
Yeah, that's about what I'm doing.
while we get together.
What, do, yeah. He's guitar and I play bass. Well, I've been listening to a lot of guitar players. Oh, some of these guys are Joe, one of
Oh, yeah.
I hate to see.
Be careful.
Like, what else? Oh, it could be, oh my God, I'm dying.
Yeah, it says it's on
Well, you're advertising too.
And it's like,
You got advertising all over.
you're right.
I want to come to your house and visit with you. I've been feeling a little under the weather.
That's 5:30. 5:30?
Be on that news channel.
5:30 in 25 years.
I'm sorry, I just, I'm really, with a very nice.
No, I had an hour drive each way.
Like I said,
Put a lot of miles in the car.
Sit there,
I asked my aunt. Sure. Hey, Eric.
Maybe they shouldn't focus on their
You're
sunglasses.
flying out of.
Oh, yeah.
Eric, are you guys aware that the arm on the gate is broken? It's laying down, it's the arm for the residents is, so I don't know if somebody went out there and unhooked it because there's no wires or anything attached, but it's laying on against along the side of the road.
It got broken this afternoon because I came in past 4.
And I still point to something.
I mean, the passenger, the guest one's still there, but
And I.
Yeah, because then someone followed another vehicle in, because it couldn't get through the other side. So it followed the vehicle in, because the guy went through it real quick, and that left the gate open while.
yeah.
Followed him in.
And then we're talking.